Two people can earn the exact same paycheck. One stays broke their whole life, the other quietly becomes wealthy. The difference isn't luck, it isn't even the money. It's the way they think, and once you see these differences, you can't unsee them. Here's the first one. When a broke person sees something they want, they ask one question: can I afford the monthly payment? When a rich person sees the same thing, they ask, what is this really costing me over time? Broke people see the price tag. Rich people see the whole iceberg underneath it. Number 2. A broke person thinks about earning. A rich person thinks about owning. Because a paycheck stops the moment you stop working. But the things you own can keep paying you while you sleep. Broke people collect things that lose value. Rich people collect things that grow. Number 3. This one is subtle. Broke people want to look rich. Rich people want to be rich, so the broke person buys the shiny car to impress strangers at a red light. The rich person drives something boring and quietly owns a piece of the company that made it. One is chasing the feeling of wealth, the other is building the real thing. Number 4. When something goes wrong with money, a broke person looks for someone to blame. The economy, the boss. Bad luck. A rich person asks a harder question. What could I have done differently? Blame feels good for a second. But ownership is the only thing that actually gives you the power to change. Number 5. A broke person sees a problem and feels stuck. A rich person sees the same problem and feels curious. Because every problem is something people will pay to solve. Where broke eyes see a wall, rich eyes see a door nobody has opened yet. Number 6. A broke person trades their time for money. 1 hour for 1 paycheck. And there are only so many hours. A rich person spends those same hours building something that earns even when they are not there. A skill, a system, a small business. They plant once and harvest for years. And here is the one that ties them all together. A broke person thinks short. What can I get today? A rich person thinks long. What am I building for 10 years from now? It is the same money, the same day, the same 24 hours. But one mind is spending the future, and the other is buying it. Now notice something. Not a single one of these is about how much money you already have. You can be flat broke right now and start thinking like this today. And you can be handed a fortune and lose it all, because the broke mindset spends faster than any amount can fill. That is the real secret nobody tells you. Money does not make you rich. The way you think does. The money just follows. The broke version of you wants to look the part, blames the world, and spends the future. The rich version of you owns instead of earns, takes responsibility, and plays the long game. And the most beautiful part? You do not need permission. You do not need a better job, or a rich family, or a lucky break. You just need to change the questions you ask yourself. Starting with the very next thing you buy. So here is something to sit with. The next time you reach for your wallet, ask the rich person's question. Not, can I afford this? But what is this really costing my future? Answer that honestly, again and again, and the broke mindset starts to die. Quietly. One decision at a time. Because the gap between broke and rich was never about the size of the paycheck. It was always about the size of the thinking behind it.